Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome, Film Freaks.
Show for film fun and all things spine busting, vomiting, blood and guts and everything. Just crazy entertainment.
I'm Jessica Lott.
And I am Bobby Flores.
And today we're going to review Alien Covenant.
Yes. Alright guys, so we just went and go see Alien Covenant, as we just previously stated. And yeah, I mean,
it's aliens.
There's aliens in it, or some kind of creepy crawling spider monkey looking, I don't know what those things were.
Yeah. They were the predecessors to the actual...
Before we actually get the alien AVP.
Which, I'll be honest, I wish they didn't show the actual alien in the trailer, because then it would have been more rewarding actually seeing that. So that's something I didn't think about until right now.
No, I completely agree. They could have even just gave a little glimpse of it or something, but I think it would have been, because as you watch the film, you see these little white looking alien guys before you get to the actual face sucker guys that plant it and rip it out like in Spaceballs, and he's just laid out on the counter and he just comes out, does a little number, and then
hello my baby, hello my honey.
But yeah, Alien Covenant, it was good. I mean, I was coming in not sure. I was in the middle with Prometheus. I didn't hate it and I didn't love it, so I was kind of neutral coming into Alien, but I really liked the trailers.
I didn't fully watch Prometheus, so I will promise eventually get back and actually watching the whole movie Prometheus. So I was a little bit lost at first when going into Covenant, but I mean, sat through the whole thing and I actually enjoyed it overall. So I mean, I will have to say that I feel from what I saw from Prometheus was much better.
Absolutely.
But right now, my level of appreciation of Prometheus is like a little less than 50-50.
Still not on the Alien level,
right?
But definitely took a huge step in that direction, which is what I was wanting, and
yes,
I'm glad they did that. They even did the whole shower scene that they do in Alien, so that was really cool in almost every horror movie.
Right, and you know what? I got to say too that even though they did show a lot of the previous evolutions of the alien, they showed a lot of that, but I'm glad that they kind of kept it mostly hidden.
Yeah.
Minus that one scene that we get from the trailer where you actually get to see the full alien in full broad daylight.
Yeah.
But when some other scenes that take place, I love that it was in the shadows. You don't get to see a lot of it. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of here and there because, again, it's CGI now, where versus in the 70s or 80s that they actually use these, very technical puppeteering and bodysuits to actually give it more of a realistic look. This one's a little fake, and you can tell it was CGI. So that was a bit of a downfall, but at the same time, what they were able to do with the CGI was just awesome.
Absolutely, and one of the things that you can kind of tell that this is the pre-stages of it evolving and perfecting into what we get in Alien and Aliens, is a lot of it was standing up straight, right. And they don't even in Alien vs. Predator, you don't see them do that. They're always creepy crawly,
hunched over,
scaling. Yeah, but in Prometheus, in Covenant, you see a lot of them standing up straight like human beings.
Right.
And as you see that David is like kind of the author of this, right. Which really to me I was like, it was cool to see the old and the new Fassbender, playing both characters, because I was really unsure who this hooded person that you get a little glimpse in the trailer, who is that going to be? But as you start watching the movie and you get into it, you're like, oh, okay. They find the ship that crashed at the end of Prometheus, and it's probably this guy, or it could have been the doctor, which later on in the movie you find out what happens to her. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. I like how the origin, if you will, of how this really came about, and how David really kind of just got sucked into being a creator and not just
Right. I feel like, okay, so from my understanding of what was going on, I'm not sure if David was officially the first
yeah
of
yeah.
of all of
I don't
the
remember that either.
of all these robots that look like him or cyborgs or whatever they are, humanoids. But it kind of felt that way watching the film, and then we fast forward into the future, and then Covenant takes place. So I don't know if it was like the first of its kind of like full AI, or if it was just like the actual, or if it was the actual first creation of this creature, of this
Right.
being. But anyways, it evolved and it almost became limitless, where it developed its own personality. It could understand. It was able to eventually create, which it was lightly touched in the conversations between David and the newer model Walter, and I thought that was kind of neat that because of his earlier interactions with humans and even with the creator, he kind of became morbid and just didn't care.
Really, really hated humanity.
Right, he really did, and to some degree, I can totally understand.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I'm gonna live forever, and we're serving these peoples. So
Right.
yeah, I enjoyed that, and it was kind of cool just seeing like, yeah, he didn't care. He's like, dude, this is my creation, and he was in love with it. So I could see his evolution of it, and him just trying to push it on and see it grow and flourish. So that was pretty cool. All right, so with that, let's jump right into the rating. So visuals, what'd you think?
Visuals I enjoyed overall. My biggest, again, and I was kind of hoping that the trailer that they gave us at first was kind of like a pre-CGI kind of a thing. The alien itself was a little too fake. Some of the moments where they were standing, like we were discussing, I didn't like. It felt, again, it looked really fake.
Right.
But everything else looked fantastic. So I'm gonna give it a solid 3.
Yeah, I agree. The space, that looked great. Them floating around out there, the ship, all that good stuff looked good. But I agree with the aliens themselves. It looked a little, especially when the little ones, and then when they were standing up straight, didn't look horrible, but it just didn't look as best or as wow factor as it could have.
Right, like the ship, the introduction of Promethean ship, the outer space was almost photorealistic.
Yeah, that looked great.
Or I say almost photorealistic, like we actually have,
right.
Images to actually.
But then, like when the thing came out for it to recharge, like all that looked great.
Stuff, it almost looked like it was practical.
Yeah.
And then you get to the creatures where that's what Aliens is all about, and it just kind of lacked in that department. I would rather have lacked in the space area and everything else, and then make those aliens look
absolutely
spot on.
As terrible as the movies are, Transformers to me, they get it spot on because those robots look legit to me, and visually they get it done.
Right.
So then performances,
I would have to say I'm gonna give it a 4. A 4 because Fassbender did a fantastic freaking job.
Yeah.
I mean, he played 2 characters simultaneously on screen, which, by the way, I saw what you did, Scott, and that was pretty kick-ass how you had them both interact with each other, and you had me scratching my head whether it was CGI or how you figured that out, and then you kind of like, got a little cocky and moved the camera as a single shot. I saw what you did there, man. That was pretty clever.
Yeah, my question that I want him to answer for me is how he got Michael Fassbender to kiss himself like that. I don't know how they pulled that off. But
this might be a little controversial, but is that considered to be a homosexual?
I don't know.
Is it gay if you kiss yourself?
I'm blown away how he pulled that off. Cause I'm just like I don't know.
But that was pretty cool.
And then he goes and he kisses Ripley. Not Ripley.
Danny.
Daniels basically looks like Ripley. But yeah, I agree. Michael Fassbender did a tremendous job. His performance was great. Just from when you see him in the beginning and how he is to when they show him on the ship, and then when he meets his older self, how completely different they are. He did an amazing job. And the lady who played Daniel, she did really good. I liked her. Even the faith-based guy faith-based, whatever, like, I don't know if it just meant hope or if he was religious, or they didn't really dive into that much.
They didn't. The character felt off.
Yeah.
We did discuss that. I've personally felt like, all right, you blatantly put it out there that the character's faith-based, and it was like, oh, they didn't give me they didn't let me become the commander because of my faith. And then a second time where, tragedy happens, and Danny was like, oh, we need your faith right now. So it's like, okay, you're adding this faith, but nothing about this character
really
shows any kind of level of faith.
Right.
In fact, he was too chill.
Yeah.
In the moments of extreme circumstances, and then he was just completely an asshat.
Yeah.
With his decision making. It was like, you literally killed your entire team.
Exactly, and even if you were going more faith as in being more hopeful or optimistic or positive, that wasn't
Far
even
from it.
right. That doesn't even show in his character. So
Literally, the introduction of his character was like, you think they'll love me?
Right.
Like, there's nothing hopeful. I don't know.
So I don't know where they went with him.
But he did a good job
Exactly.
acting-wise.
It was just more like, why did they throw those things in there? But he did do it. The whole cast did. I liked what they shoved out, but absolutely, like, Michael Fassbender really topped it up, and he did an amazing. So 4, well deserved, solely on him and what they were be able to do. He did a great job. And then plot.
I'm
story.
3. I'm gonna stick with 3. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I don't know if I would say it was a plot twist with Fassbender being evil.
Mm-hmm.
I did like the fact that he was the creator of the creatures, which is interesting because now that I think about it, I love how the human created this robot who was stronger and forever live, but then this guy creates a creature that I personally think is far more superior than him.
Right.
And the fact that it could live in outer space without any kind of consequences, which I don't know if that was like a undertone in the story about trying to be playing God and creating something more powerful than you. Anyways, regardless, I ranted right there for a second. I'm still gonna give it a 3.
Yeah, I think it was good. Plot was good. 3, I think, is more than fair. Because it wasn't, it's kind of like a prequel, so you can't really, get too out of the box or do anything new, because we're very well acquainted already with this universe.
Especially after 4 movies.
Exactly.
5 movies.
Yeah, and I definitely think it was a step up from Prometheus. But yeah, and I guess the biggest negative from the plot was how quickly the aliens were growing.
Yes.
That definitely was like, what? Because when you see the little white ones, it's like they were taking a little bit to get big, and even at the end where where him and David were having a moment, they were about the same height, and he already had killed a couple people. And then when you get to and I just call them face suckers, but I don't know if that's exactly what they're called. But then you get to them and
face huggers.
Something. It's doing something with the face. I don't know. I don't want to know what's going on under there.
Inseminate. You know what they're doing in there. Don't play.
So then you get the first one where it pops out of the belly. I mean, that one kind of progresses a little bit, but still kind of fast. But then the one that really was like, what the heck, guys, was the one on the ship. That was just like,
it just
pops out fully grown, like, what the?
It was too convenient for the story, which was, I mean, if you're getting, if we're talking about the thrill moments and like the nail biting moments and getting you really sucked into the action, they did a great job.
Yeah.
But again, like the conveniences of, all of a sudden this alien grow fast, and we can argue that this new breed is the more advanced level, which we will eventually become well acquainted with Aliens, Aliens Resurrection, and Aliens 3. But I will still argue these movies already been established, and it did throughout those movies take a while for it to grow.
Right.
So don't give me that shenanigans. That it's it's the best of its kind, because 100 years
it hasn't even got there yet.
Right, 100 years later, or 200 years later, whatever time frame that between this movie and Aliens, the first film in the 70s, whatever that time frame is, they still were growing at a slower
Still
rate.
perfecting.
So, I mean, we can argue that,
Yeah.
but there's no really argument because it's already been established.
And that was definitely the biggest flaw. I was like, really, come on, like that last one was just too much. Like we would say, we would have preferred if it would have just been like the first movie. It was just one alien, you know,
Right.
get it from the beginning and let it grow, and then finally at the end, you know, on the ship. But yeah, those last two, I was like, come on, that was too fast. But what I was hoping for, I got was what they went more with the thriller, like kind of horror
Sci-fi
tones
thriller.
and just kind of like those jump scares. Like they went back to that, and I was really happy that they did that. So that to me was the biggest win. I was getting that. The story was good. You know, I enjoyed the movie, and I was glad we went to go watch it. So, I mean, a 10 out of 15, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I can't really say anything else other than that. I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it. I loved it. It was better than Prometheus, so yeah.
So let us know what you guys think. Liked it? Love it? Let us know, guys. Thanks for watching.
Peace out. All right, guys, thanks for watching our episode.
Yeah, if you liked our video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up.
And if you didn't, you can double click on the thumbs down. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and like.
Right on. And check us out on our other social media outlets at Instagram and Twitter. And please tweet us at FF Media News.
Or you can engage with us through our email at ffmedianews@gmail.com.
All right. Thanks, guys.